Have you ever heard the old saying of putting mustard on a burn, or ever been put in an emergency situation where you panic and you wish you knew what to do? Today I'm going to go over a few basic first aid tips and procedures that you can use at home in the event of an emergency that can actually help save a life. According to the Gale Encyclopedia of Health, first aid is defined as the initial basic treatment of an injured or ill person. So today I'm going to start with cuts. Can I get a volunteer from the audience, please? Come on up here. First thing you're going to do is you're going to apply direct pressure to the wound with a sterile, dry cloth. If you wouldn't happen to have any sterile cloths, or what do they call them, gauzes, you could actually use a clean towel. Apply pressure to the wound. And you're either going to take some of your gauze wrap here, while still applying pressure to the wound. You're going to want to wrap it up. Okay, and say, I'm still holding this, and I'm holding this, and you notice she's bleeding really, really bad. You could always get more and more. Never take off the original dressings that you put on to begin with. Just put more over top of it and call 911. The reason I say call 911 is because, number one, for safety, because by the time you would get in your car and go speeding to the hospital at 95 miles an hour, if you got pulled over, that's going to take away time that you could have been receiving treatment. So the best thing is to call 911. Okay, thank you, Amanda. I'll just go ahead and let you take that with you. Okay. And now I'm going to cover burns. You know, when you're in your kitchen and you're cooking, and you accidentally lean your arm up against the stove. First thing you want to do is you want to run it under some cold water to stop the burning. Then you're going to take your bandage and you're going to cover it loosely, very loosely, because it has to have air to breathe. You never, ever, ever want to pop the blisters. It can cause a really bad skin infection. And depending on how bad the burn is, you would either call 911 or take the person to the hospital yourself. But with both of these come the risk of shock, which shock is defined, according to the Encyclopedia of Medicine, as a medical emergency in which the organs and the tissues of the body are not receiving adequate blood flow. So some of the signs of shock would be restlessness, irritability, confusion. The person just don't know where they're at, you know. To where they have an altered state of consciousness, where you know how they normally act. If they're acting different, they're acting funny, they're slouching. If they become pale, or their skin gets real cool or moist. Rapid breathing, or heavy pulse, or heavy rapid breathing, or a high pulse rate. Excessive thirst, nausea, and vomiting. Those are the main signs to look for in the event of a stroke. Or shock, I'm sorry. Pardon me. So what are we going to do if you think somebody is going into shock? Number one, we're going to monitor their airway, their breathing, and their circulation. You want to make sure, if they're vomiting, turn that head to the side so they're not choking on the vomit. Make sure that they're breathing. Immediately call 911. But in the meantime, these are the things that you can do to help them. If you suspect that they don't have any broken bones, nothing, no other bodily injuries, you lay them down on the floor with their feet elevated 8 to 10 inches. And you want to comfort them. If you see that they're sweating, maybe loosen up their shirt, or if you see that they got the chills, get them a blanket. You want to comfort them and let them know 911 is on the way. The American Red Cross has these first aid pamphlets that anyone can get at their local Red Cross chapter. It's a very good idea to become certified, not only to benefit your family, but if you're ever out in an emergency while you're out driving. Say you come upon a car accident. You legally cannot help somebody unless you are certified. But, so these tips that I'm giving you today, even though I am certified in first aid and CPR for the healthcare professional, the tips I'm giving you today is basically for your home use, personal use. Thank you very much.